Fine. Good afternoon to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So all of you take your computer textbooks in your hand. Students, please, all of you take your computer textbooks in your hand. Students, have you all studied till chapter 5? So yesterday I have marked question answers for chapter 1 and 2, isn't it? So 3 mark and 5 mark questions of first chapter remain. At the last session today, I will mark that one also, okay? So have you all studied the remaining portions? So Monday onwards you have test, isn't it? So please study well, okay? So today, welcome to our today's online class. Today we are going to study about chapter 6, okay? So chapter 6, what's the heading of the chapter means control structures, okay? So what's the 6th chapter? Control structures. So this chapter is very easy. So this chapter maximum all the contents you have studied already in your 11th standard, okay? So listen carefully, very easy chapter only, okay? So first you are going to study about what do you mean by control statements or what do you mean by statements, okay? So first point they have given, so program contains set of statements. So what do you mean by statements? Okay, so statements are nothing but, so what are the things you are writing as a code? What do you mean by program? Normally, what do you mean by program? Collection of codes or collection of statements or collection of instructions or collection of data. Any one thing, isn't it? So, here they are given program may contain set of statements. What do you mean by statements? So, for example, header file, that's one statement. Then, that's one set of code, header file. That's the first structure of the program. Then, variable declaration. Then, if condition. Then, for loop. This and all together we are calling as a statements. Understand what do you mean by statement? So what are the things you are writing as a code that we are calling as an statements, okay? So if you are running some program, so while you are running the program, so what's your aim or what's your goal? So you need to get correct output, isn't it? So to get the correct output, you need to execute all the lines of the program, isn't it? For example, so you are written some program. That program will contain, so that program may contain nearly 30 lines. For example, I am telling. So instead of 30 line program, you are executing only 20 lines. Whether you will get the correct output? Whether you will get the expected output? No. So to get the correct or expected output, you should execute all the lines, isn't it? So this program contains lot of statements. So if all the statements are executed correctly means only you will get the correct result. That's the second point. So all the statements, all the lines you are given in programs are executable lines. What do you mean by executable lines? So what are the lines you are typing in program? So after compiling, so what you will get? Output. So during compilation, this compiler will take the execution of line from starting to end. That means first line to end. That is a executable statement. Understand? So, and the next point is, while you are executing the program, so the programs or statements you are giving inside the program will execute it sequentially. What do you mean by sequentially? So what's the meaning of sequentially means? For example, the same example you take 50 lines or 30 lines program. So 30 line program, what's the, for example, consider the same C++ program last year you have studied. So what's the first step to write the C++ program? Header file, isn't it? So header file, then variable declaration, then function declaration, Then inside the function you will write something. If condition means if condition. Loop, for loop means loop. Then main of function. Then in main of function you are calling variables with what function calling. That's the structure of the program. So if you are executing that program, so which line will executed at the first? Header file. So whether if you are writing this program and executing, whether the middle line of the program will execute at the first? No. So if you are running the program execution always starts from the beginning or header file. Then next header file. Then next. Likewise one by one. 30 lines means first line, second line. Until 30th line it will execute. Okay. That's the general concept. So that only third point they have given. So while you are executing the program, so what are the statements are given inside the program? Each and every statement will execute at one line after another. Okay. So this kind of execution we are calling as an alternative or branching. Okay. So sometimes they will ask for 2 mark question. Okay. What do you mean by alternative or branching? So from first to till this you need to write. Understand? So what do you mean by alternative or branching? So program contain first, what's the first point? Program contain lot of statements. So if you need to get the correct output means all the statements need to execute it correctly. So how the statements will execute generally? One by one. That means sequentially. So this kind of execution we are calling as an alternative or branching. Understand? Next, some part of the program or some lines of the program need to execute again and again. For example, that program, some portions I need to execute 5 or 6 times. Think and say one best example. Last year we have studied. Again and again same block needs to execute again and again. Which is the best example? For loop. Have you studied the for loop? So inside the for loop, listen, for I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Are you remembering that one? What's the meaning of that? So starting value I equal to 0s or I equal to 1. So starting from 1, I less than or equal to 5. Till how many times it will execute? Then I plus plus. First one time over, then second, third, 4 and 5. So that is a multiple. So that loop alone will execute. So my condition is up to 5 times. So 5 times it will execute. For example, I am telling, okay, that kind of statements we are calling as an which statement? Iteration or looping statements. Understand what do you mean by iteration or looping statement? Some set of statements we need to execute again and again or multiple times. So that kind of statements we are calling as an iteration or looping. Okay. So what are the examples I am telling for each heading? For your understanding only. Okay. So while you are studying, so if consider that example, just think about that example, understand and study. Okay. So otherwise, so while I am explaining I'll say some example, no, near to that heading, you'll write that example with pencil. Then while you are studying, you won't forget the concept of that heading. Understand what I am telling? Yes. Next thing, control structure. Okay. So what do you mean by control structure? So your chapter heading itself, control structure, isn't it? So I already explained the program contain lot of statements. How it will execute? Line by line. That line by line we are calling as an sequentially or alternative statement. So in some program, all the lines no need to execute. Understand? Some part of the program no need to execute. For example, 30 lines of program is there. Among that 30 line, 5 lines of the program no need to execute. So the program will flow from skipping from one part of the program to next part. That means left the fifth line. That means in the middle portion. For example, in the middle portion of the program, among the 30 lines, 5 lines no need to execute. So the, for example, 20 to 25 line. For example, I am telling 20 to 25 line. That lines, my aim is that lines no need to execute. So up to 28th line, 19th line, the program will execute. Then the program will automatically skip to or jump to 26th line. Understand? So that kind of statement is called what? Control statement or control structure. Understand what do you mean by control statement or control structure? So in a program, some part of the program or one part of the program no need to execute, or at that time the control will flow from one part of the program to next part of the program. That is called what? Control structure. Okay, one best example I'll say, then only you will get understand. For example, if condition already you have studied in 11th standard, isn't it? If else statement. Are you remembering? What do you mean by if else statement? So here also you are going to study the same things. If condition true, that means true block will execute. Condition false means else block will execute. Listen, if the condition true means which block will execute? True block alone. Whether the false block will execute? Think and say. I am giving if condition, then true block, else the false block. So my condition, for example, it will check some condition. The condition is true. Whether condition is true means which block will execute? True block. Whether the condition flows to false block? No. The control come outside of the program. That is called control structure. Now understand what you mean by control structure? That only. The program jump from, for example, if part, so condition satisfied. So it automatically jump from if part to next session. It won't execute the else part. That is called control structure. Okay, this is for your understanding only. I said this example. So they have given as a second point. So all these statements in C++ also, all the control statements you have studied. So what do you mean by control statements? It will alter the flow. What do you mean by alter the flow? Change the flow of control. That means for if condition true means, actually what's the structure of the program, how it needs to execute? Line by line. So in this control statement means it automatically skips some line. That is alter the flow of control. Okay, depending on your conditions. Okay, depending on your conditions, it will change the flow of control. Thus all these things, the control statements are also available in C++ program also. Understand what you mean by control structures? So this and all very, very important 2 mark questions. Okay. Yes. So here there are 3 important control structures are there. In Python, how many control structures are there? 3. What are they means? Sequential, alternative or branching. Third one is iterative or looping. Understand? In Python, how many control structures are there? Python, how many control structures are there? 3. What are they means? Sequential, alternative or branching. Third one, iterative or looping. Okay. First thing is a sequential statement. Okay. So first itself we have studied. What do you mean by sequential? The program contains lot of statements. Sequential means, so it will execute one after the another. That means it will execute the first line, then second line, then third line. That is called what? Sequential statement. Okay. So this all the things already you have studied in 11th, isn't it? So if you have studied thorough means, it is very easy for you to study. So listen. So what do you mean by sequential statement? A collection of statements. Sequence of statement means collection of statement which are executed one after the another. What's the meaning of that mean? First line it will execute, then second line, then third line. That's the meaning of one after another. Okay. So best example they have given. You will never forget by study this example means. So here they are giving. So you are going to print your address. Okay. What you are going to type in a program? You are going to print your address. Okay. So address, what's the format? What's the format for address? First what you will write? Your name. Then father name. Then street name. Then city name. Then Tamil Nadu. Then pin code. District name. This is the order of writing address. So while you are executing the program, so this order only needs to get the output. So you should type the things like this. That means order wise. That is called a sequential statement. Understand? So first understand this example and study. Then only you will get understand. Okay. So listen. So for that example program they have given. So I am going to print the address of particular person. So first they are for printing which statement you need to use print. So print of. So simply one statement they have given. Hello, this is Shyam. Or this is some another name. So print next line. They are going to type the address for Shyam. So what are the things they have given? Door number, then what's the house name, then street name, then district name. So while you are executing the program, which line will execute first? First line, then second line. So order wise the address you can write. Understand? So this is called the sequential statements. So some sequence of statements need to execute one after another. That means order it will execute. That is called sequential statement. So if they ask for 2 mark question means you should write this one. With 3 mark question if they ask means write 2 points and with example you should write. Understand? Next statement is alternative or branching statement. Okay. So alternative or branching statement. What do you mean by alternative? Some other thing. Alternative. Straight means straight way. Alternative means some other way. Isn't it? So, for this they have given some best example and they have explained what you mean by alternative and branching statement. Okay. So in day-to-day our life, we will take lot of decisions. Isn't it? So, we have some goal. Each one of, if a human means each one have some goal or aim. Isn't it? So, to achieve a goal, we will have lot of decisions. For example, so your aim is to score above 95 mark in board exam. Okay. So for that, so you are planning from now itself. Isn't it? Now you are planning from now itself. So now itself, you need to allocate hours for to study. For example, Tamil you are studied half an hour, English half an hour, then main subject 1 hour. That's one decision. Then, after the month of December, your decision will change. So, you are going to extend the studying hour from half an hour to 1.5 hour. That's the alternate decision. But your aim is same only. Your aim is to score above 95 mark. But you are taking the decision in alternative path. Understand? So, another one example they have given. For example, so you are going to, so for example I am telling, so you are moving from Karangal to Marthandam. Karangal to Marthandam. So which is the straightest way to going from Karangal to Marthandam? Karangal to Natalam, then Marthandam. That's right way. Then, whether only one route is there to reach Marthandam? No. Alternative way is also there. So you are moving through the straight way. At that time, the road becomes blocked. What you will do? Whether you will stand in that place? No. You will choose some other way or alternative way. Understand? Or you will take some other decision, alternative decision to reach that place. Understand? That is called as alternative or branching statement. Okay. This is a real-time example I said. So now you come inside the program. Okay. So in program, so likewise, you are executing the program, some kinds of program. So you need to take some alternative decisions to get the desired output. Okay, understand? So while you are executing some program, to get the desired output, you need to take some alternative decisions. That is called alternative or branching statement. Understand? So best example they have given. What example means? So you are going to type the program, or you are going to type the program to check whether a given number is even or odd, or positive number or negative number. So how many choices will be there? 2. Either even or odd. Either the decision needs to take even, or it will choose the alternative decision odd. Understand the alternative branching statement? How many decisions? Goal is either the number will be a even or odd. Any one answer only you will get. But two path you need to choose. First it will check given or alternative condition odd. Understand alternative or branching statement? So this alternative and branching statement have 3 kinds of statements are there. Everything you have studied in 11th standard itself. Okay. So Python, how many kinds of statements are there for alternative and branching? 3. What are they? If statement, if else statement, if elif statement. What are the statements? What are the statements for coming under alternative or branching? 3. If statement, if else statement, and if elif statement. Okay. So they're all the statements you have studied in 11th standard. Are you remembering now? Yes. So first we are going to study about simple if statement. Simple if means normal if only. Okay. Simple if statement. Okay. So this is the decision making statement. Okay. So if statement we are calling as a which statement? Decision making statement. Okay. So here how many decisions we can able to take means only one decision. Okay. So here we can check any one of the relations or any one of the expression. Only one condition only you can able to check in if statement. Understand? So what's the what do you mean by if statement? It is one of the decision making statements. So you can check the condition in form of relational or logical. What do you mean by relational? And what do you mean by logical? Either true or false. Okay. So you can able to check only one condition. So what's the thing means? So it will check some, see the syntax. So each and everything you should study the syntax thorough. Okay. So if they ask the questions like this means you need to write the definition, then write the syntax, then example. Syntax is very very important. Don't write blunder things in syntax. Okay. Yes. Syntax, right? If condition. Okay. Then statements block 1. How many condition is there? Only one. So what's the thing means? So you are giving some condition. If the condition is true means what are the statements you have given inside this if condition? That statements will execute. Understand? So if any one of the condition you are giving, so if the condition is true means that statements will execute. But here you can't able to check whether the condition is true or false. True means only the block will execute. False means it will throw error message. Okay. In output screen you won't get the proper output. How many conditions you can able to check? Only one condition. The condition true means this block will execute. False means there is no statement. Understand? Next slide, one example we can see, then only you will understand. So listen. So for that they have given an example program. So what's the example program means? You are going to check so particular person is eligible for voting or not. Okay. So each and every program is very very important. So please understand and study. Don't mug up it. Very very easy. Okay. So not like C program. Very very easy. Please understand and study. By your own you can write. So what's the aim of the program? You are going to check particular person is eligible for voting. So what's the voting age? According to our government, what's the voting age? 18, isn't it? Yes. So listen, what's the first step? You need to declare variable inside function. So what's the variable I have given? X. Okay. So this is the format of writing Python program. So listen, one variable I am declaring x equal to, then which function to give input, which function you need to write? Input of function. So you are going to enter the age. So the age belongs to which data type? Int. So x equal to int. Input of function I am giving enter your age. So you are going to enter the age in which screen? Output screen. So input enter your age. Then listen. So if condition, this only, here only I am going to check the condition. So here in this variable only I am entering the age, isn't it? So x, what's the condition? Greater than or equal to 18. 18 and above 18 means you need to print you are eligible for voting. So how many conditions I can able to check? Only one condition. What's my condition? I am entering age. So if the person is age is greater than 18, above 18 means it will give the, I need to, the output screen, you are eligible for voting. That line will display. Okay. Then now you are executing the program. So in output screen, which line will come at the first? This line, enter your age. So I am entering the age is 34. So what output you will get? You are eligible for voting. Understand? Second, again I am executing and entering, enter your age 16. Whether you will get any output? Whether you will get any output? No. Why? What's the reason? Because in if condition, only one condition you can able to check. The second, that means true. True means this block will execute and you will get the proper output. So if the condition fail means false block is not there. Okay, condition failed means so you can't able to check the condition, so you didn't get any output. Understand? Have you all understand about if statement? Have you all thorough? Yes. Then if else statement. So what's the difference between if statement and if else statement means? Okay, so if, how many block is there? Only one block. If else, two blocks are there. Okay, so if else, how many blocks are there? Two blocks. What are they means? True block as well as false block. Okay, so if else statement, how many blocks are there? Two blocks. What are they? True block as well as false block. Okay, so here you can able to check two conditions. Okay, how many conditions you can able to check? Two conditions. But in if statement, only you can able to check only one condition. But in if else statement, you can able to check two conditions. So either the condition is true means which block will execute? True block will execute. If the condition is false means which block will execute? False block will execute. Understand? So that's the difference between if and if else statement. If statement, only one block is there. If the condition is true means only that block will execute. False means you will get error message. But in if else statement, two blocks are there. What are they? True block as well as false block. So if the condition is true means true block will execute. Else, condition fail means false block will execute. Understand? So this is the syntax for if else statement. So if condition statements block 1. That means condition true means this block will execute. Else, condition false means statements block 2. Understand? So syntax you should study thorough. See, then what's the flow diagram? So this flow diagram also last year you have studied, isn't it? So flow diagram, listen. So here, so entry of the program. Okay, here you are writing program. So here you are giving some condition. If condition. Okay, so if the condition is true means which block will execute? This block 1. That means true block will execute. Okay, so if the condition is false means which block will execute? False block will execute. Understand? So you are entering the program. Inside the program you are giving some condition. So if the condition is true means which block will execute? True block. That means block 1. So if the condition fails or false means which block will execute? Block 2. Okay. If true means this block will execute and the program will come outside. That is exit. If false means this block will execute then come outside. If the condition false means whether this true block will execute? No. Only one block will execute. Understand? So please understand and study. Don't mug up it. So this question flow diagram also you should draw. So listen. For that they have given one example program. Okay. Listen. So this program is very very important. Okay. Last time also they have asked this program. So here you are going to check given number is even or odd. Okay, so what's the aim of this program? You are going to check the given number is even or odd. Okay, so for that, what's the first step? You need to declare in variable. So for that, I have given one variable called a. So what's the next? I have given input of function. So number, what's the data type? Int. A equal to int, input, enter any number. Okay, so the next step, what's the next step? Condition. So what's the condition? The same program last year also you have studied. What's the condition? If particular number divided by 2 double equal to 0. That means the particular number divided by 2 and you are getting the remainder 0 means what you need to print? The number, given number A is an even number. Understand? So you are entering one number here in input, enter any number. Here you are entering any number. In which variable you are entering the number? A. So that variable divided by 2. That means modulus. Modulus. That means divided by 2. If you get the remainder 0 means the particular number. A is an even number. That means true. If the number divided by 2 and getting the remainder 0 means which block will execute? This block will execute and you will get the output A is an even number. So if the number is not divided by 2, whether this block will execute? No. At that time, which block will execute? Else block. That means false block. So print A is an odd number. True means this block. That in the, for example, given number is even means this true block will execute and you will get the output is the number is even number. So your given number is not even number means this false block will execute and you are getting the output is an odd number. Understand? Yes. So we will after execution of the program, so which line you will get at the first in the output screen? This line. Enter any number. So I am entering the number as a 56. Whether 56 is an even number? Yes. Then next. So even number. So here what output you will get? 56 is an even number. Then whether this block will execute? No. Why? The condition true. So this true block alone execute. Next I am entering another number 67. So whether this number is an even number? No. So whether the true block will execute? No. Which block will execute? False block. So what answer you will get? It is an odd number. Understand? Understand? Yes. So before studying the theory, first understand the examples and study. From chapter 1 onwards, I am telling the same only. Then only you will never get forget. So computer subject is a very easy subject if you are understanding the concept and study means. If you are mug upping means very toughest subject. Okay, please understand the concept and study. Okay, so the same if else condition we can able to write in another method also. This is the one method. Second method we are going to write in some other kind. Listen, what's the syntax for writing next method means variable equal to, listen, this is a syntax, variable equal to variable 1 if condition else variable 2. That means instead of you are writing this 2 or 3 lines, you are going to write in a one line. Same if else statement, okay? So variable equal to variable 1 if condition else variable 2. Now itself you study the syntax. Then see the example. So if they ask for 2 more questions, for example, this program I am telling, program to check if accept a number is odd or even. So if they asked for 2 more question means you should write this program. Okay. If they ask for 3 more question means you need to write the before program. Okay. So listen. So what's the first step? Same. A variable a int input enter any number. So what's the syntax? Variable equal to. So what's the variable? X equal to another one variable. What's the variable? Even. Understand? So variable equal to, what's the variable? X equal to variable 1. Even if condition. What's the condition? A divided by 2 double equal to 0. Else next variable odd. Same program only you are going to check in the condition in a single line. Understand? So print A is X. What's the meaning? So A, whatever you are giving, if the number is even means it will print X, that is even, else odd. Understand? Same program, but you are given the condition in a single line. That's the difference. Variable x equal to even. First thing. So if this condition satisfied, true means this you will get the answer as a even. Else this block will execute. That means this statement. So you will get the answer as a odd. Understand? So now you are going to execute the program. So what what line you will get at the first line? Enter any number. So you are entering the number 3. So print A is X. So your number is A. 3 is X means odd. Next, enter any number. The number 22 is even. Understand? So if they ask for 2 mark question means you should write you can write this program. So if you are feeling tough to study this one means please write that one. Sometimes in question itself they ask using alternative method of if else. If they mention in question paper like this means this program only you need to write. Okay. Next statement is nested if elif. Okay. Nested if elif. This is nothing but why they are calling the name is elif means more than one if else statement. The same thing in 11th standard you have studied in nested if. Are you remembering? Same thing you have studied in 11th standard nested if. Nested if else. The same thing only. Instead of calling nested if else, they have given the name in Python as elif. Okay. So to avoid calling nested if, so in Python they are calling that name as an elif. Okay. What's the meaning of that means? So you are going to use more than one if in a program. Okay. What's the meaning of elif? You are going to use more than one if statement and or if else statement in a program. That is called elif. Okay. So see the syntax. What's the syntax? If condition 1 statements block 1. Then if elif, what's the meaning of that one? Second condition. Elif condition 2 statements block 2. Else statement blocks n. Up to how many times you need to use? That much of time you can able to use. Okay. So what's the condition here means? So you can able to use 3 or 4 or 5 times elif. What's the condition means? You can able to use only one else at the last. Understand? So according to your wish, you can able to use more than one elif. That means 2 or 3 or 4 times you can use elif. But else statement you can able to use only one time. Okay, at the end. So listen, what's the meaning of this mean? For example, they have given some condition here. If the condition is true means, first condition is true means, only this block alone execute. Remaining things won't get execute. The program will come outside of the block. Okay. Sometimes this condition 1 fails. Then it will check the condition 2. So if this condition true means only this block alone execute. So the remaining things won't get execute. So if 2 condition is false means the last else condition will check. That block alone execute. Remaining things won't execute. Understand? One example they have given. By seeing this example, you will understand. Okay. So same thing I explain. No, same thing they have given in theory. So condition 1 is true means that block will execute. Otherwise, it will check the condition 2. That second block will execute. If the condition fails means else part will execute. Okay. So see this diagram. So you are in a program. First you are giving some condition here. Where? In if block. So if the condition true means that statements will execute. The program will come outside. Understand? You are giving some condition in if. If the condition true means that block will execute, the program will come outside. Then, for example, that condition, this is a statement 1. That condition false means automatically it will come to the condition 2. Okay, that's the statement block 2. So, if this condition is true means that block will execute. Understand? So, first condition false means automatically it will come to the condition 2. So, this if the in the second condition true means that block will execute and come outside of the program. If the condition false means last else statement will execute and come outside of the program. Understand? Please understand and study this one. So I said no. So elif means combination of more than if else. Combination of if else we are calling as an elif. Okay. So what I said, you according to your wish, you can able to use one or more elif, but only one else only you can able to use in the program. Okay. So listen. For this one example, they have given same example you have studied in your 11th standard practical program. Okay. Listen carefully. So here, have you all studied this one to check the average marks? So listen, this is a condition they have given. So greater than or equal to 80 means what's the grade you will get? A. Then between 70 and 80 means B. 60 to 70 means C. 50 to 60 means D. Otherwise E. This is the condition. So according to this, you are going to write. So 2 marks are there. So how many subjects you need to enter? You need to enter the marks for 2 subjects. So how many variables you need? 2. So what are the variables I have given means M1 and M2. Okay. So M1 I am giving enter the mark in first subject. Then M2 input of enter the mark in second subject. So you are going to calculate average. What's the formula for calculating average? So 2 subject means 2 subject divided by 2. 3 means 3 subjects divided by 3. 4 means 4 subject divided by 4. So here how many subjects? 2. So M1 plus M2 divided by 2. Okay, listen. So I am checking the condition. If, so this average, what's my condition? Greater than or equal to 80 means what you need to print? Grade A. Elif, next condition. Average less than or equal to, greater than or equal to 70 and less than 80 means you need to print which one? Grade B. Likewise, next. Elif, average less than or equal to 60, like this you need to write. You need to print grade D. Listen, what's the thing mean? How many if and elif I am using? 1, 2, 3 and 4. But at the last condition otherwise, how many else I have given? Only one else. Else, all the condition fails means only false condition you need to give. So, else print grade E. Understand? So, here more than one condition you need to check. So understand where you need to use elif. If you are going to check more than 2 condition means you need to use elif. Okay. So when you are using elif, if we need to check more than 2 or 3 conditions, at that time you will use elif. Okay. So you will execute the program. What output you will get? First, enter mark 1 in first subject. So you are entering 1 mark. Then enter the mark in second subject, another 1 mark. What's the second step? You need to take the average. So 34 plus 78. So what's the average? 34 plus 78, 100 and something you will get divided by 2. So the answer you will get between 50 and 60. Okay, you add it and divided by 2. 34 plus 78 divided by 2. Okay, the answer you will get between 50 and 60. Okay, so what's the grade you will get? Answer as a D. Understand? So next thing, then output. Likewise you can able to enter lot of subject mark and you can able to find the grades. Understand? What's the use of elif statement? So today what are the portions we have studied? Control structure, alternative statement or branching statement, sequential statement. So sequential statement means statement will execute one after another. Branching statement 3. What are the if statement, if else and elif. Okay. So very important and very easy. Okay. Please study. So after the completion of next week exam, no, after the completion of exam, so next you study this chapter. Okay. So first chapter 3 mark question and 5 mark questions I did in mark, I think it's so. So if you read means also you can able to find the answers there. If your guide means please follow the guide. Okay. So thank you students. Thank you. Write the example. Thank you.